Boeing gets a new chief executive next week, Dennis Muilenburg, after Jim McNerney retires after a decade at the top job. Let's get more on this story from Bloomberg News reporter Benedikt Kammel. Benedikt, just how smooth is the transition to the new chief executive looking?
So they try to orchestrate a very smooth transition, and it looks as if they've succeeded here. They announced last night that Dennis Muilenburg takes over from McNerney. This is scandal-free, it's straightforward, it's well orchestrated. Muilenburg had already sort of shifted into the heir apparent role over the last year. They were both in Paris at the Air Show last week, giving interviews, and there's no real surprise here. Muilenburg is 51. He's sort of risen through the ranks at Boeing over the years. He started as an intern in the 80s, and this really crowns his career at this company.
What are some of the challenges, then, he's facing?
Well, he'll have to take a hard look, particularly at the civil portfolio, the Boeing commercial aircraft portfolio, and he'll have to make some hard decisions there, particularly the 747 jumbo jet, the iconic humpback plane that everyone likes to see, but few people actually like to buy these days. They've had a really hard time selling that plane, and Muilenburg will probably need to decide, do we keep building this plane at a very, very slow rate, or do we actually kill it and funnel our resources into something else? The other program he'll have to look at is what Boeing calls the mum plane, the middle-of-the-market plane. That's a sort of jet that seats maybe 220 people, can do US transcontinental voyages, can do transatlantic trips, and Boeing doesn't really have a plane in that market space right now, and Airbus is pushing aggressively into that market. So he'll have to ask himself, how can I protect that flank? How can I build a plane that addresses that market? It'll cost him quite a lot of money. If he goes ahead, it'll be another $10 billion investment. The question really is, does he have the stomach for this? Remember, they came out of the 787 program with quite a lot of headaches. It was massively delayed, over budget. They're not through yet on the new 777 that they're coming out with at the end of the decade. So for him, the question will be, can we muster the resources to come up with a new 757 replacement, the middle-of-the-market type plane?